The taco has become a ubiquitous staple of the American diet. You can find several fast food chains based on the taco, and there are Mexican restaurants all over the country that feature them. An estimated 4.5 billion tacos per year are consumed just in the United States, meaning the average American eats about 13 and a half tacos per year. Hell, they even have their own dedicated day of the week at this point. But when and where did the taco originate? The where is pretty simple: Mexico. There's little doubt about that. The when is a bit more speculative. It's assumed by most that tacos existed prior to the 1800s, but there's almost no hard-shelled evidence to confirm that. Most sources agree tacos likely originated in central Mexico prior to the arrival of the Europeans. It's even speculated that the conquistadors were treated upon their arrival to tacos by native Mexicans, although this is not universally agreed upon. Little is universally agreed upon with the history of the taco, so what I'm about to present is believed to be the most likely and most agreed upon origin. I, and many others who wrote articles that I found during my research, could be wrong, but the information seems plausible. The word taco itself is believed to have possibly been derived from the Nahuatl word tlaco, meaning half or in the middle. These tacos would likely have been corn tortillas filled with either fish or animal organs along with beans, vegetables, and possibly even insects. That means it's possible the world's first taco was either a fish or liver soft taco. The modern use of the word taco is thought to have originated in Mexican silver mines in the 18th century. However, they weren't referring to food. The miners would make gunpowder sticks wrapped in paper to extract ore. Think of an exploding cigar from a Looney Tunes film, and that's basically the miner's taco. Eventually, these workers started referring to their lunches as tacos as well, as these would often be tortillas wrapped around potatoes or other fillings, sometimes along with hot sauce. They looked like the taco explosives, and depending on the hot sauce, might have burned like them too. One of the first occurrences of the word taco in print comes from a cookbook dated back to 1863 called Nuevo y Sencillo Arte de Cocina, Repostería y Refrescos. The author, Antonia Carrillo, instructs readers to roll a pork loin like they would a tortilla taco. The novel El Hombre de la Situación from 1861 also references a tortilla taco filled with a spread of red chili. From their plausible origins in the silver mines, tacos spread pretty quickly through Mexico's working class as a staple meal. As Mexico City evolved into the major population center for the country, migrants from other areas of Mexico brought variations of the tacos with them, and Mexico City quickly became a center point for the burgeoning growth of the taquerias. As Mexicans began to migrate to the United States, the taco and other Mexican foods migrated alongside them. In the 1880s, San Antonio was known for the Chili Queens, a group of migrant women who brought in the Mexican tradition of open-air food stands. The stands became an attraction for tourists and often had musicians performing near them. Mexico was viewed as dangerous to Americans at the time, and going to San Antonio via railroad was a way to get this exotic cuisine without actually having to go to Mexico. These kinds of open-air food stands, along with the nickname Chili Queens, began showing up in California shortly after the turn of the 20th century. As tacos, and Mexican street food in general, began to increase in popularity, vendors began to incorporate more traditional American ingredients such as chicken and ground beef. The hard shell for tacos was introduced in the United States in the 1940s, primarily seen as a way for restaurants to streamline taco production processes. Patents were actually awarded to Mexican restaurant owners regarding hard shell tacos. Credit for popularizing them is often given to Glenn Bell. If that last name sounds familiar, it's because Glenn Bell is the founder of Taco Bell. That's right, Taco Bell actually plays an important role in the modern history of the taco. The popularity of taquerias began to fade sometime in the mid-20th century. By 1950, all of the stands in San Antonio had closed, at least in part due to enforcement of health regulations. However, Mexican restaurant storefronts began to take the place of the street carts. In modern times, it's not difficult to find a Mexican restaurant at all. And as somewhat of a spiritual successor to the taquerias, taco trucks have gained in popularity over the past couple of decades. With the persistent popularity of the taco, many varieties of the dish have sprung up in the American diet. Some contain pork, such as tacos al pastor and tacos de carnitas. Some contain beef, such as tacos de asada and the more standard ground beef tacos. Some contain chicken, such as tacos de pollo. And just to bring everything possibly full circle, tacos de pescado, or fish tacos, have become significantly more popular in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. And there you have it, to the best of our knowledge at least, the history of the taco. If you enjoyed this video, or tacos, or wanted to offer a different plausible path for the history of the taco because there are definitely alternate possible paths, then feel free to comment, like, subscribe, or share the video. Also, feel free to click the notification bell as I do put out content weekly. And as always, thanks for watching.